You know, keeping your blood sugar balanced is super important when you're managing diabetes. And guess what? Hearty soups packed with veggies are a fantastic way to eat nutritious and satisfying meals that help you do just that. These wholesome soups are mainly filled with non-starchy vegetables and good-for-you legumes. This makes them perfect choices for managing diabetes effectively and also really boosts your overall health and well-being. Top 7 diabetic-friendly soups packed with healthy veggies. Number 1, Hearty Vegetable Soup. All right, first up, we have the number 1 Hearty Vegetable Soup. This classic soup is just a powerhouse of nutrients, and the great thing is, you can easily tweak it to match your own tastes. It's made to be really filling and delicious, all while helping to keep those blood sugar levels steady. What's truly wonderful about this soup is its simplicity and the wholesome goodness it brings to your meals, making it a comforting choice any time of the year. So, what makes this soup so diabetes-friendly? Well, it's packed with a variety of non-starchy vegetables. We're talking broccoli, which gives you fiber and vitamins, mushrooms for that meaty texture and B vitamins, carrots, adding a bit of sweetness and beta-carotene, and tomatoes, which create a rich, flavorful base loaded with lycopene and vitamin C. The best part is, these veggies are low in carbs, but high in those all-important nutrients. Now, let's look at the nutrition side of things. This hearty vegetable soup is low in calories and fat, but it's high in fiber and essential vitamins and minerals. That high fiber content, mostly from all those vegetables, really helps slow down how quickly your body absorbs glucose. This is key for preventing those sudden spikes in blood sugar. Plus, it helps you feel full, which is great for managing weight, a really important part of looking after diabetes. And making this soup, it's wonderfully simple. You just start by sautéing an onion and some garlic in a little olive oil. Then toss in your chopped veggies, think carrots, celery, broccoli, and mushrooms, along with some diced tomatoes and a good quality vegetable broth. Let it all simmer until the vegetables are nice and tender. For an extra flavor kick, season it with herbs like thyme, rosemary, or oregano. You can even make a big batch of this soup and enjoy it throughout the week. Number 2, Curried Pumpkin Soup with Crispy Tofu. Moving on to our second pick, it's number 2, Curried Pumpkin Soup with Crispy Tofu. Just picture this, a velvety smooth soup, glowing with a vibrant orange color, and giving off that warm, aromatic scent of curry. That's exactly what you get with this dish. It's a wonderful mix of creamy pumpkin and a satisfying crunch from pan-fried or baked tofu. It really is a complete and exciting meal that will get your taste buds tingling. Now, why is pumpkin so good for keeping blood sugar stable? It's because it has a low glycemic index and is packed with fiber. This means it gives you sustained energy without causing those quick spikes in blood glucose. And tofu, which comes from soybeans, is a fantastic source of plant-based protein. Protein helps to stabilize blood sugar levels and makes you feel full, which is great for controlling your appetite. What's also really neat about this soup is that it uses a blend of anti-inflammatory spices. This can be especially good for folks with diabetes, since chronic inflammation often goes hand in hand with the condition. Turmeric, a star ingredient in curry powder, has curcumin, which is known for its powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. Ginger and cinnamon are often in the mix too, boosting both the flavor and the health perks. So, how do you whip this up? You start by roasting or boiling your pumpkin until it's tender. Then, blend it up with vegetable broth, sautéed onions, garlic, and your curry spices until it's all smooth and creamy. For that crispy tofu, press some firm tofu to get rid of extra water Cut it into cubes, toss it with a bit of cornstarch and your favorite spices, and then pan fry or bake it until it's golden and crisp. Serve the hot soup with that crispy tofu on top, and maybe a sprinkle of fresh cilantro or parsley. Number 3, Crock Pot Veggie Soup. Next up at number 3, we have the Crock Pot Veggie Soup. Let's be honest, the convenience of a slow cooker, or a crock pot, is a total game changer when you're busy, right? And it's just perfect for making delicious, healthy soups with hardly any effort. With a crock pot veggie soup, you can toss all your ingredients in the morning and come home to a wonderfully aromatic meal that's simmered to perfection. The beauty of this soup is its versatility. You can throw in a whole array of veggies. Imagine a colorful mix of green beans, bell peppers in all sorts of colors, zucchini, yellow squash, and maybe even some leafy greens like spinach or kale stirred in towards the end. The flavor is usually savory and rich, thanks to that long, slow cooking process. And it's often made even better with herbs like bay leaves, thyme, and a good quality vegetable or chicken broth. So why is a crock pot veggie soup such a great fit for a diabetic diet? Well, it's loaded with non-starchy vegetables, meaning it's low in carbs and calories but packed with fiber and nutrients. Plus, that slow cooking method actually helps keep more of the nutrients in the veggies. And by being in control of what goes in, you can make sure it's low in sodium and unhealthy fats, which lines up perfectly with what's recommended for managing diabetes. One of the absolute best things about crock pot soups is how well they freeze. You can make a big batch, let it cool down, and then store it in individual portions in freezer-safe containers. This means you'll have quick, healthy meal options ready for those days when you just don't have time to cook. When you're ready to eat, just thaw and reheat. You can serve it with a small whole grain roll or a side salad to make it a complete meal. Number 4, Minestrone-Inspired Vegetable Soup. Coming in at number 4 is our Minestrone-Inspired Vegetable Soup. This one takes its inspiration from that traditional Italian favorite, but it has a clever twist to make it super diabetes friendly. The main change here is leaving out the pasta and cutting back on the beans. This really lowers the carbohydrate content, making it much easier to manage your blood sugar levels while still letting you enjoy a really robust and flavorful soup. So, what's in it? This soup is absolutely brimming with a wide variety of non-starchy vegetables. Picture a vibrant mix of diced zucchini, chopped green beans, celery, carrots, and maybe some bell peppers, all gently simmered in a savory tomato-based broth. And for an extra pop of nutrients and color, you can stir in some leafy greens like spinach or kale right near the end of cooking. Flavor is key here, and this soup delivers without needing tons of salt or carbs. A generous amount of herbs like oregano, basil, parsley, and thyme gives the soup those classic Italian aromas. Tossing in a bay leaf while it simmers and adding a splash of balsamic vinegar or lemon juice at the end can really brighten up all the flavors. And of course, starting with sautéed garlic and onions creates that fragrant base we all love. Now, if you're looking to boost this soup even more, there are some easy ways to add extra fiber and protein. Even though we're reducing beans for lower carbs, you could still include a small amount of cannellini beans or lentils for their fiber and protein, as long as it fits with your carb goals. Another option is to add some shredded cooked chicken or lean ground turkey to pump up the protein, making the soup even more satisfying and complete. Number 5, favorite vegetable soup. Our fifth delicious option is the number 5, favorite vegetable soup. This is a really popular and adaptable recipe, and you'll often see it highlighted by organizations like the American Diabetes Association. It's a truly versatile soup that gives you a hearty and comforting meal. The best part is, you can easily tailor it to your own preferences and dietary needs, making it a fantastic go-to choice for anyone looking for both great flavor and health benefits. Traditionally, this soup includes lean ground beef or turkey. This adds a good amount of protein, which helps you feel full and also helps stabilize those blood sugar levels. Along with the protein, it's packed with an assortment of non-starchy vegetables. Think green beans, carrots, celery, and diced tomatoes. These veggies bring in essential vitamins, minerals, and fiber, all of which are so important for a diabetes-friendly diet. Now, if you want to make this soup even healthier, there are some simple tweaks you can make for lower fat and sodium. Go for extra lean ground turkey or beef, and make sure to drain off any extra fat after you've browned the meat. When it comes to sodium, always choose a low-sodium broth. And instead of adding salt, rely on herbs, spices, and just a little bit of black pepper for flavor. Using fresh or frozen vegetables instead of canned ones is another great way to keep that sodium intake in check. Serving this soup is super easy and enjoyable. It's really a complete meal all by itself, but if your meal plan allows, you can pair it with a small slice of whole grain bread or a few whole grain crackers. A little sprinkle of fresh parsley or even a dollop of plain Greek yogurt can add a lovely fresh touch. And here's a great tip. This soup is excellent for meal prepping because it stores really well in the fridge or freezer. Number 6, lean chicken and green soup. Next on our list, at number 6, we have lean chicken and green soup. This is a wonderfully light yet deeply nourishing option, and it's specifically designed to support both your diabetes management and your overall wellness. What really makes this soup shine is its focus on lean protein and the incredible goodness of leafy greens. It all comes together to create a meal that's both satisfying and incredibly healthy. So, what's at the core of this soup? Well, it features tender pieces of lean chicken breast, which is a fantastic source of high-quality protein. This protein is great for helping with blood sugar control and also for maintaining muscle, and it's beautifully complemented by a generous helping of leafy greens like spinach and kale. These greens are absolute nutritional powerhouses. They're packed with vitamins A, C, and K, plus fiber and antioxidants, and they have a minimal impact on your blood glucose levels. The great things about this soup go even beyond just diabetes care. Its high nutrient density helps support your immune function and bone health, and it can even contribute to better energy levels throughout the day. The lean protein and fiber also help you feel full, which can assist with weight management. And as we know, that's a really critical factor in improving insulin sensitivity and your overall metabolic health. If you're looking to add an extra layer of flavor, think about using a variety of herbs. Fresh thyme, rosemary, or a bay leaf simmered with the broth can create a wonderfully aromatic base. And here's a nice tip. A squeeze of lemon juice added just before you serve it can really brighten up the soup and enhance the taste of those greens. Starting with sautéed garlic and onions provides that savory foundation that perfectly complements the chicken and greens. Number 7, mushroom and barley soup. And finally, rounding out our list at number 7 is the mushroom and barley soup. This soup offers a wonderfully earthy and satisfying experience, and it really puts the spotlight on barley as a fantastic diabetes-friendly whole grain. It's a robust soup that combines that rich umami flavor of mushrooms with the lovely chewy texture of barley. The result is a comforting and nutritious meal that's especially well suited for anyone managing their blood sugar. So why is barley such a star in this soup? It's mainly because of its low glycemic index and its high soluble fiber content, especially something called beta-glucan. This type of fiber is amazing because it helps to slow down how your body digests and absorbs carbohydrates. This leads to a more gradual rise in blood sugar levels, especially when you compare it to refined grains. Plus, it helps you feel fuller for longer. Then we have the mushrooms. You can use varieties like cremini, shiitake, or just regular button mushrooms. They provide a deep, savory, almost meaty umami flavor, which makes the soup incredibly satisfying even if you don't add any meat. Mushrooms are also a good source of B vitamins, selenium, and potassium. And to build even more flavor, texture, and nutrients, other vegetables like carrots, celery, and onions are often included, boosting the soup's fiber content too. For the best possible texture and taste, here's a little tip. Try toasting the barley slightly before you add it to the soup. This can really bring out its nutty flavor. Also, make sure to saute the mushrooms until they're nicely browned to develop that wonderful umami character. Let the soup simmer gently so the barley can cook through properly and all the flavors can meld together beautifully. Season it with herbs like thyme or marjoram, and you might even consider a splash of soy sauce or tamari for an extra depth of savory taste. Other tips for diabetic-friendly soups. Now, beyond these specific recipes, let's talk about some other tips for diabetic-friendly soups. First off, when you're making your diabetic-friendly soups, always try to choose low-sodium broths. It doesn't matter if it's vegetable, chicken, or beef broth. Just look for that low-sodium label. Why? Because a high sodium intake can lead to high blood pressure, which is a common concern for people with diabetes. So, make sure to read those labels carefully to pick the best option. Another great tip is to boost the taste of your soups using a wide variety of herbs and spices instead of just relying on salt. Think about using fresh or dried herbs like basil, oregano, thyme, rosemary, and parsley. And don't forget spices like cumin, coriander, turmeric, and black pepper. These can add such incredible depth and complexity to your dishes, all without any extra sodium. It's also a good idea to consider adding beans or lentils to your soups. This gives them an extra boost of fiber and plant-based protein. Varieties like chickpeas, kidney beans, black beans, or lentils are all excellent choices. They help you feel full and can really contribute to better blood sugar control because of their high fiber content. Just remember to factor in their carbohydrate content when you're planning your meals. And finally, let's not forget that portion control is absolutely key when you're managing diabetes. So even with these healthy soups, be mindful of your serving sizes. Using a measuring cup can be a really helpful tool here. Also, it's really important to understand the carbohydrate content of your soup ingredients, especially if you're including starchy vegetables, grains, or legumes. This will help you with effective carb counting and managing your blood sugar. So, to wrap things up with our conclusion, these wholesome soup recipes we've talked about offer some truly delicious and satisfying ways to support you on your diabetes management journey. They're packed with vegetables, fiber, and essential nutrients, all of which can help you keep your blood sugar levels stable while also treating your taste buds. We really encourage you to give a variety of these recipes a try. We think you'll find lasting satisfaction and a boost to your overall health. And now for our call to action. We'd love to hear from you. We invite you to share your own favorite diabetic-friendly soup recipes in the comments below. Why not subscribe for more healthy meal ideas? Or just let us know which of these soups you're excited to try next. Let's work together to build a community that's focused on sharing and supporting each other as we all aim for a healthier lifestyle.